Yo, 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 it is Misha Dex, and I'm here with your boy.
No, you gotta say it. Keymon! I thought you were gonna say it.
I don't even like you, your name, let alone saying your name.
Man,
Listen,
what's
who
up?
are you? Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you? This baddie from around the way. Hey, what's up?
I can't believe you still can't get it right. Episode 15, and we just like, what's the problem? What
That's
are you? I know what
okay.
it is. I know what it
No.
is.
What is it?
You're going through separation anxiety. You don't know if I'm gonna come back.
Nah, you definitely coming back. You my co-host. We
I don't know.
yeah. But I mean, get it right. That's what we did this for. It ain't supposed to be right. It's supposed to be right. Like it's right. What?
Spoken
Boring.
like a true con artist. It's not supposed to be
Oh,
right. It's,
that sounds boring. It's not supposed to be right. And that's the
oh my
beauty of it.
goodness.
But yeah, we here.
Well,
We landed. We landed. We landed
yes.
15 weeks strong since January 7th. What does YB negative mean to you? You remember that episode? You remember your answer?
Like I needed to represent for plus size women, right? And the ability to dress up and be beautiful and not fit into these like stereotypes of what beauty is. So for me, why be negative when you can be plus, like plus size living, plus size abundance, not even just in the physical sense, just really negating from like the negativity that comes with all aspects of me as a black woman, as a minority, as a plus size black woman, right? So all these different boxes that I feel like I'm too round to be stuck in, I feel like that's what YB negative means to me. It's like it's that lifestyle, it's the mindset, and how I want to be respected in any room I walk into, and for the young people that I represent, from my nieces, nephews, in general. So yeah, that's what YB negative means
As
to
I
me.
look at this, our logo, and it takes me back to just the childhood days of writing on the chalkboard and things of that nature. And so what it means to me is it has always worked out. Like, what are you worried about? And so, and yet I'm still worried. But when I saw this is why I gravitated towards the name and this our logo is because it just took me back where it was no worries when we were younger. And as I got older and started navigating through life, things have always worked out from
Yeah.
being divorced, going to jail, filing bankruptcy. Like it has all worked out. And still to this day, I worry.
Look at you. You was all glistening in, shining. You look all youthful. Now look at you.
When
15
in
episodes in, and
episodes,
now you burnt out.
nah,
Oh man.
not burnt out. Just just proud, just super proud of us, the both of us. I think this is a big commitment that we committed to, and also like this was just like, yo, you want we should start a podcast. Oh yeah, you think so? Okay, let's record next week.
You would think after
Like
all
it
these
was
years,
nothing planned.
I would stop being a follower, and it just, this, I don't know.
Man, man, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. But the beauty of it though is that I think we have lived a fulfilled life, and which has given us the fuel to speak our truth
Yeah.
in all these episodes. And I think that's the beauty of it is, and we have never been attached in a sense where we talked every day or whatever the case may be, it was always, we might go 3 months, might go 4 months, might go 5 months, but it always picked up wherever we left off.
We done been
And that
a
is,
year. Don't stop at the 5 months. It's been a
oh, it's been a
year.
year. Oh, shoot. But again, though, it was never anything. Oh, well, get her, da, 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 whatever the case may be. But this is what allowed us to land here in terms of shit committing to the process. Because every time we reconnected, we just picked up.
Yeah.
You
I
share
think
what
it's
was going on in your
because
life. I share like,
Yeah, I think it's because, like you said, there was never anything perfect about the bond. And I think the mutual respect has always been that we are two strong personalities, but respect was like the key, right? Like just respecting each other choices. Um, and like you said in episode 14, there was never been judgment between us, right? Like there's always
mm,
been like, okay, what was that? Like,
yeah,
what was you
yeah,
thinking?
yeah,
But it was
for
never
real.
like a place where we couldn't come back. And I know we both have made decisions where we looked at each other like, what was going on? And I don't know about you, but for me, I've looked at it like, dang, shouldn't I have been more present? Like,
Mm,
like not that I can make a difference, but maybe you wouldn't have did it that, went about it that
yeah,
way. So
yeah.
but like you said, everything leads to this moment. Like I know this episode is going to be way different from the other 14 because this is a moment to not only commemorate years of friendship, but even the refresher of our friendship. Like this is a new space for us. And
Mm,
even then, we've taken our old stories, we've taken our old, things that we've overcome from the past. And now we brought it to this new space, this new platform where even though we've shared so much with each other, I think we've gotten a lot more vulnerable because
mm,
we've never cried together until
mm.
we've done this. Like who would have thought? What?
So put a pause on that. Pause on that. So what I was going to ask. So what was one of your memorable moments?
You already know.
I think I just need more time. And need more time, but understanding that
I love you, man.
time is not really on my side for this. And so, yeah, like deep down inside, like I want to do better and be better in terms of mending that relationship, but it's tough. It's tough. Me breaking down, me actually showing that vulnerability and part of it, when I think about it though, it was just I think an untapped market that you want to be healed and want to mend that relationship in that market so bad that
Yeah,
that question at the time hit something. Like it struck home.
yeah,
And maybe it was a reflection of, damn, I can do better. I should do better. Um, but there's still something that's there that's keeping everything shut out. And so yeah, I think about that moment. I'm like, wow, like shit, like it.
and as much as I make fun of you, Black people can't take nothing serious. But the reality is, I'm even more proud of you for having it, right? Like even
Mm,
my moment in episode 10 where I revealed something that, I kept up. To disclose something to both of y'all that y'all never knew, right? Because again, I want this to correlate with somebody because they may need this, right? When you feel emotional pain, you try to find it physically because you need to make it make sense. So I became a cutter, right? And because I knew people looked up to me, I never cut where you could see. I've always cut under my stomach, right?
Oh,
And
damn.
I did that because I never understood why I went through so much at such a young age and still had to show up. It wasn't even can I be really honest? It wasn't a secret. It was just I wasn't there anymore. It wasn't something
Yeah.
that I've created space for anymore. And so like a lot of times, you can smell something that you haven't smelled in years, and then it just brings you back to that moment. And so,
Mm-hmm.
because you were talking about how you stayed in a relationship with someone knowing that they weren't going to do right by you, right? You wanted to balance out what you were feeling emotionally in a physical sense, right? Or understand it. And for me, revealing that I was a past cutter, it wasn't to create this moment of whoa, it's me, or oh, feel bad for me. It was like, listen, I have grown so much that I am trying to break all the chains. I want to break all the
Mm-hmm.
chains of feeling like because it's not the norm that something's wrong with me. And like I stated in that episode, it's not that something was wrong with me, something wrong happened to me. And because
Yeah.
it happened to me, my reaction to those actions weren't orthodox for what people would say is normal. And it's so many adults that don't feel like they have outlets, let alone young people. And so I just feel like any moment that I feel like God has moved it on my heart to share something that people probably wouldn't know or think of me, and I know it's going to bring someone closer to a better headspace,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll be your huckleberry. I don't
That's
mind
what it comes down
standing
to.
on my past to give somebody a better future. And I feel like that is
Yeah.
what it means to be a community healer, is to sacrifice in various ways. And that was my sacrifice. My sacrifice was let me shed light on something I used to do to cope, which wasn't the best choice. I
Mm.
totally 1000% believe that wasn't the best choice.
But then that brings me to the next episode. That was something that stood out, and we talked about this was capacity. What's your emotional capacity at this point?
About the luggage thing, I just wanted to say that I think I give too much of myself and I
Mm,
don't give enough credit to myself,
mm,
right? Like you said, you don't even let nobody leave no luggage around you, right? And for me, it's not that I have a problem with people leaving their luggage, it's announcing it, right? Or asking, can I store it? Versus, which means like asking me what my capacity is first so that
yeah.
I can know what I'm storing, right? And how long, right? Giving me that timeline. And I feel like we need to normalize asking people what their capacity is.
And when we talk about community healing, like you just mentioned, but that still comes um with identifying somebody's capacity of how much they can handle at the moment. But that's
Yeah.
also why we talk about having villages, right? Because you can't just pour into one. It has to
Nope.
be multiple, because that one can get exhausted
Yeah. And
by
that's the
hearing,
thing, that's that trauma dump. Yeah.
and I was talking to one of my buddies yesterday, and we talked about how he was talking to this guy like every morning, but he was like, I had to cut it because it just felt so heavy all the time,
Mm.
and it's just like, damn, you heavy at 6 o'clock in the morning, like that's heavy.
But
And
wait,
so,
so think about that. I want you to finish telling the story, but I'm thinking like if it's hitting him heavy at six, your friend, just imagine what that person is going through in a 24-hour basis. They're
mm,
just constantly heavy. And then unfortunately, either they burnt too many bridges with trauma dumping,
mm,
or your friend is just holding a light that he don't realize he's holding for this person to come to him. And I think what
yeah,
the real teachable moment can be is say, pause. When is the last time
yeah,
you talked to somebody else about this? Because you don't want to cut
mm,
people off
yeah.
like that but again, I'm not here to judge.
You cut me
It's
off all the
just
time. So,
shut up.
but, see, Just
You
that,
want to get cut or
just
cut
that.
off? Which one you want?
Okay.
But no, just like creating space for people and setting that boundary. But I totally get it if you just don't feel like you have the capacity to hold space for someone. But I
Mm.
think it's ways to navigate through those conversations. But carry on.
No, no, that was it. That was it. It was just it just kind of took me to that moment of when we talked about that because I think that was big and that was eye opening in how I navigate through my circle, right? Like how do I lean on people for advice? Um, when I need advice about, my current relationship, how to be a dad or, whatever, making moves like I don't have all the answers, and I'm tired of pretending like I do. Like
Right.
I'm just tired of it. Like like it's to the point where like I'm, I'm smiling every picture.
So tell me this. You said
Just tell me
you're
this, my
tired of
brother.
pretending, huh?
Tell me this, my brother. Go ahead.
You said you're tired of acting like you do, right? When you don't have the answer. What
Hmm.
compels us to feel like we have to jump up and have the answers when we don't? Like, what happens to you when you like somebody is requiring something of you that you don't have? Like, what compels you to act like you got it? Is it like the lack of like feeling like you don't mean like feeling like you don't want to fail them?
I think it's a few things. Because I also feel like people have placed us in this box of we have it all together. And so that that really doesn't allow any room um for any letdown,
Yeah.
right? But then on the other side of it, it creates this whole platform and space for someone to, hey, it's okay not to be okay. So it's
Right.
almost like how you're looking at it and how you view it. But I think for me, starting over with the new baby, um, actually having a dynamic that is formed in a family sense. How do you do this? How do you keep this together?
I think the
Because
thing you're doing is doing that. It's moving
yeah,
forward every day.
but here's the kicker though. For someone who didn't see that coming up, or wasn't, I may have saw it from other families, but I didn't know what was the ingredients of the messiness that went on inside to understand how to get through financial problems, how to, sometimes put your lady first. I didn't see that sacrifice. I only saw, oh, your whole family showing up to the basketball games. So now that I'm in it,
I mean, but that goes to show you there's so many analogies for that, right?
yeah,
And there's so many black chronicles. Like one of the
yeah,
black or proverbs, right? One of the black proverbs is what happened here, stay here. You don't tell nobody and you better smile. You better not tell nobody what's going on here, right? And you don't tell your right hand what the left hand doing, but at the same time, the left hand gotta hold the bowl with the right hand,
yeah, yeah,
stirring the pot. So it's like
yeah.
there's so many, we have lived through so many black proverbs that if we really broke them down, you will realize how much you've done well for yourself just off of
Mm,
those hidden valleys alone, right? Like you said, putting your woman first And that's a real thing. That is really considering that you are a selfless person, that you're loving with intention, you're a provider and a protector, and you won't do anything that will embarrass or cause harm to this woman, whether the door is open or whether the door is closed. But again, there's these different things that are placed on men to determine if you're masculine.
Yeah.
And cheating on your woman is masculine because you a man and
Mm,
hear me roar. And all I don't even want to go down the rabbit hole of that, but I really do want to highlight the fact that that's not the case in this time around, right?
mm,
Like this is like be honest, like I said it to you recently, like y'all not struggling with infidelity issues, right? You're not struggling with one person being strung out or one person can't maintain a job or one is dirty and the other one can't clean the house right or take care of your baby is taken care of. Even though
yeah.
she be having them little struggle ponytails.
Leave my daughter hair alone.
She, you know what? She got the attitude of a little bald-headed kid.
Whatever. You just,
I'm
hey,
just playing. Listen, real talk, that's my baby. We had I needed her the other day and she came through with all the love
yeah,
her auntie needed. And
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, that started me off right.
yeah. Well, that's
And I was
good.
actually about to post me and her this today because I was looking at the picture like, wow, we really bonded. But anyway,
Mhm.
it's so many things that are placed on masculinity and then the gender roles, right? In a home in general. And I love what I see in you when I do see you as protective as you are. Sometimes I'd be like, calm down, boy, breathe. But I get it. I get it. Like your passion. And one thing I always tell young people that I work with, a lion is passionate too. And when a
Mm,
lion roar, you don't know if they want to play with you or eat you. And
mm,
only a few stick around to find out.
yeah, for
And
sure.
that passion in you, clearly I ain't got eaten yet. So clearly you keep wanting to play. But I'm proud of you because also you're understanding how to control your roar.
Mm,
So when I see you cry versus something else, I'm like, oh, he's in alignment with his real emotions and he's not misplacing them. And that's something a
mhm,
lot of people do. They misplace their emotions. That's why I put the emotion wheel behind one of the episodes to show people there's more emotions outside of mad, happy, and
yeah,
sad.
yeah. No, for sure, for
But
sure.
this adulthood stuff is definitely it's a different form of monopoly.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Remember a
It's
Monopoly,
crazy.
you wanted to be in jail so you could skip your
You get,
turn once
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
bought Park Place and Boardwalk. The difference is I don't want to go to
Mm,
jail. I just want
mm,
to I just want to have a
yeah,
staycation.
yeah, for real, for real. I get it. I
So,
get it. So go ahead. Nope, you got it. Go ahead.
okay. So I was going to ask you, what is it that okay, two parts. Do you feel like you've opened up all the way with season 1? Or is there
Mm.
more that people can learn about you and from you?
I think I don't think I don't think I opened up. I wouldn't say enough. I think the word that I'm looking for, or when I'm thinking about the question, is that there's a new chapter,
You having a baby?
right? And hell, hell to the mother, hell no. But no, but I'm gonna be real. I think the first episode, it was a lot about me and struggling with um the challenge I faced with my mom, and just really, I feel like if I think about all 15 episodes, it was really about my internal battle,
Okay.
right? So now I feel like, how do you deal with your internal when you still have someone sitting next to you? Um, that
Check-ins.
yes, and I, I'm not great. Wasn't great at them up
Yeah.
until and the reason why I say that, and the reason why I think this is so important, because every time I get around my fellas, my boys, my partners, we have the same fucking issue.
So that means
And
y'all
then
need
I
to
hear
hire me to do a
no,
healing circle.
no, but I hear them. I'm like, well, not that bad over here, but it's valid. So I think for me, yes and no. In terms of how I opened up and what I shared, because this is a whole new chapter over here. This is a whole new chapter.
And
So
I'm
wait and
not gonna
see.
say nothing wild, but I will say, out of a lot of the books and chapters of your life, I'm far more interested in this read
Mm,
because I'm gonna share it because I already told her. I told her she taught me something. And I said, if it's okay, can I share something with you? And I'll keep it brief. But I told her, I said, thank you for showing me that even though you have a bark in you, you don't have to always use it
mm,
because she shows softness to you where she
mm-hmm.
could bark back. But why? Because
Yeah.
barking back means I'm want to keep this conflict brewing, but in
Mm,
reality, I want to resolve it. So
mm-hmm.
it takes a superpower to be like, oh, I can bark back,
Yeah.
but I don't need to. And that's something that I have to work on because I am a very independent person. Remove gender. That's just what it is as far as the way I move through life, like starting my own business, moving a
Yeah.
certain way. Being the only girl kind of created that monster, right? And not in the
Mm-hmm.
sense of being spoiled, but being a way to learn how to self-soothe because I didn't have the bonding powers that brothers have with each other. Like, I don't
Mm,
even have some of the same recreational outlets that my brothers have. So
yeah.
when they get into it, they know how to piece up while I'm still over here picking up pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that created the barker in me as well.
Mm,
So I'm looking at her like, dang, like, how's she doing that? The whole time she telling
yeah.
me I'm good at certain things, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so this chapter for you, I'm more interested in investing in not only just spending time and being present, but I'm rooting for it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Sure. I appreciate that. Only time can tell. Time can tell.
No, time
So
gonna tell when
what
Asa start
what's
talking.
what's next? What you got any more that kind of stick out for you?
Um, I have a lot of moments that stick out. I mean, even from um last week's episode, I got a message from Trinisha and she said, wow, I'm glad that I've always had your back, even when I didn't realize it when I brought up the gray Gap
Mm,
hoodie. Little gestures create these big ripple effects.
mm,
Because she gave me something that has such a high value to me, but it didn't have that for her. I kept that hoodie and I didn't want to let go of it. And I'm not a person that gets sick often. But when I went through having cancer, when I went
mm,
through being sick, I put that hoodie on to remind me that I was loved. I don't never want to put words in folks' mouth, but I don't think it struck her as much as I've kept it. You'll think like she'll be
yeah,
like, why is she holding on to that
yeah,
thing?
yeah. It's the
And
small thing.
yeah, I'm never letting it go. And if it gets to the
Mm,
point where it starts to shred, I will find a way to repurpose it. And it
hang
will
it up.
probably be in the frame or something. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say hang it up in the frame or
Yeah,
something.
because that was a moment where think about it. We're both adolescents at the time, and that was my most valuable possession outside of something that was left behind from my mom, right? Like somebody
Yeah.
my age gave me something that I thought was the most expensive thing ever.
Mm,
And she gave it like, girl, you really want this?
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, so that was meaningful to see. Like I said, it's the offline conversations for me. Even when people leave comments where everybody can read them, but there's conversations, and you've experienced it too, where people have shared. Like I told you, when my friend Kenny hit me up, Kenny's not a big talker,
Mm,
and he talked for like, I know for a fact, over an hour about
mm,
his experience and comparing, not even comparing, but like talking about how y'all had that in common and where he saw himself, but then he also was able to see his growth because of where
yeah.
you currently were.
Yeah.
So those
Yeah.
moments mean a lot to me, especially from people you don't expect it from.
Yeah. No, for sure. Those are big. Those are big. And it's, not that we do it for validation, but it's it's good to be validated in that way. In
Especially from
that
people you
way
don't
of,
know, right?
yeah, exactly. And I think moving forward, it's only gonna get better. Like because let's be real, these first 15 weeks has been all trials. And but again though, but we showing up every day, being authentic, and and I think we are superheroes because of
Well,
what we do.
okay, speaking of being superheroes for what we do, who is our biggest fan?
Miss Daisy, yeah, that
Do you
girl,
know how
she
many people, do you know how many people hit me up offline? They be like, soon as we see the drop, we see Daisy coming.
oh man, but that's amazing though, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like have people
She
out there.
reposts
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate
Baby
you. But
crazy though.
I know when I have when my Instagram be like, oh, you have a notification. I'm like, I already know what it is.
Don't do her. Don't.
But not in the bad way. But no, I appreciate the love. I appreciate it. I
I'm telling you.
appreciate it.
My friends be like, soon as we see the notification, because
Mm,
it shows. It'd be like a person commented. They'd be like, "It's
yeah, yeah.
Daisy."
We got to
Yo,
get her
that's
on.
what I'm gonna
We
do.
got to
I'm gonna
get her
make
on.
sure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said we got to get her on. Actually, we should see if she's willing to kick off season number two,
Listen, I can
since
show
she's
you the
been
text
there since the
message.
day one.
I've been trying to tell you. I've
She's
been trying to get her.
she's
She
not
is
ready, or she
she
ready?
she
Yeah,
Daisy. Wrap that up
yeah,
however you want to wrap it.
yeah, yeah. It's all good. It's all good. We here whenever she's ready.
No,
We
most
are here.
definitely. I feel like it's a lot that we got to cover. Like we have to cover. I'm excited about season two because I feel like we're gonna do a lot of more in-persons. I already have
Hmm.
some stuff set up. You supposed to be setting up something special in the
Hmm.
next couple of months. So I think we off to a good start. First of all, I feel super appreciative to share the space with you. I won't lie, in the beginning, I was like, we're gonna be in here struggling trying to get this because we our
Yeah,
timing, our schedule,
yeah,
our personality,
yeah,
but this is definitely, if I didn't think we can get any more closer, like
yeah, for sure.
this is definitely it. Like I don't know. beyond proud. Like I
Yeah,
look forward to it no matter how tired I am. I know you be tired or
yeah,
like overwhelmed, and like let's face it, like we've dealt with some major stressors in this
yeah,
stretch
yeah. No, for sure, for sure. I agree.
and we
So
have
with
survived them.
yeah, so with that being said,
Why be
why
negative?
the negative?
Say
Oh
bye to the people.
man.